Salute, salute, salute. So this story's been going on a while with this crooked mayor, crooked politician. She's finally getting the boot. They're finally giving her the boot, giving her walking papers. But is it enough?
Blamed Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard leaves office in the next few weeks after being badly beaten at the ballot box. Questionable spending, clashes with trustees, and an ongoing FBI investigation led to her undoing.
Investigative reporter Ben Bradley broke many of the stories that exposed the issues, and tonight he returns to the south suburbs for a new accounting of Henyard's reign.
I love y'all. There's nothing you can do about it.
The curtain will soon close on the Tiffany Henyard show, but not before one last dance.
Supervisor, come on now. People want to know what's next for you.
Know what's next? Why you out here? Why are you out here?
We were there for Henyard's final food giveaway and a new tally of what she's cost taxpayers. On Easter weekend, cars lined up for blocks. Tens of thousands of tax dollars spent for another one of Henyard's famous food giveaways.
Our last hurrah, and I did not vote for that woman, and I never didn't vote for her before, but I'm gonna give me something to eat today.
I like the giveaways, but I don't like her. She's nasty.
She's giving us back what we already gave, but ain't nobody else doing that either.
Tiffany Henyard does spend a lot of money, some of it on worthwhile programs, but she's
And it's the reason why they're lost. Talking about, oh, some people don't do it. What she's doing to them, she thinks she Nino Brown. Tiffany Henyard is Nino Brown.
You big dummy.
You destroy the community as long as you're giving out turkeys on Thanksgiving. Do they even know the numbers? Do they even know the numbers? Giving back to the community? They went from 1 million surplus to 6 million debt. She robbed them.
Poor.
Let's go.
But she's also benefited handsomely and questionably. Newly obtained records show last year Henyard was paid more than $347,000 from Dalton and Thornton Township, the two governments she runs. That's more than Chicago's mayor makes. Henyard's comp includes $282,000 from the township, which also gave her a $4,900 per month expense allowance and an $1,100 monthly vehicle allowance. That's despite the fact Dalton taxpayers spent 6 figures on 2 SUVs police used to chauffeur Henyard.
Trustee Gray Everett.
Oh, and don't forget, because they forgot to mention this, she never paid her rent and was evicted. Yes, she got $347,000, yet she couldn't pay her rent. Let's go.
Supervisor Henyard.
Just crazy.
And did we mention Henyard hasn't attended a single meeting since she lost re-election?
Why haven't you been to board meetings since your defeat?
And work.
You don't want to answer? You're still getting paid. Why not go to the meetings?
It just proves that what she was doing was very selfish. It wasn't about the people.
Stephanie Wiedemann worked for the township for 20 years and blew the whistle.
She wasn't just
on many of Henyard's.
She wasn't just beaten. You heard what it. She was badly beaten at the ballot box, not just defeated.
Antics.
If she had just said, "Oh, I made a mistake," everybody would have moved on. We pointed out the mistakes and she put on the show. You know, everybody paid attention because every 2 weeks it was like a sitcom.
Y'all are black. And y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
This is who they chose to be a mayor. Her grammar is atrocious. This is who they chose to be their mayor. Used a lot of that money also on weaves, makeup, fake nails, fake eyelash, everything except for the people. This is crazy.
That's costing the village money.
Okay.
Don't have that call.
All right. Okay.
What was she supposed to do? You wanted her to expound? Don't drag out the meeting.
I made a motion.
WGN Investigates has documented first-class trips for Henyard and her entourage that cost taxpayers well over $100,000.
That's right. She gives back to the community with community funds.
Stay at a Four Seasons and steak dinners. In late 2023, this was how she explained it.
I do not handle anything as relates to with credit cards. As you heard me speak today in my board meeting about, I do not handle that.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
You didn't go to Las Vegas?
What? Shamara, shamara. What she said?
What is that?
No comment.
You don't know if you were in Las Vegas?
Yeah. It's easy. It's easy. Yes or no? You were there. Spending up all the money, all the people's money.
Vegas?
Of course I do.
Were you?
It's not paid by them.
Taxpayers are the ones stuck.
No comment, but still. How did she get in office? Like all the other Keishas got in office. All the Keishas voted for them.
With the bill, the supervisor and others get unusual perks, including $600 a day for every day they travel out of state for the township, and $400 per day for travel within Illinois, plus the cost of their travel expenses. We asked Henyard's successor whether he agrees with the supersized paydays.
What you make is based upon what you are able to deliver. That's more so saying, like, people believe that professional athletes shouldn't get paid millions of dollars, that doctors should be, or teachers for that matter. So I'm not going to get here and go into a debate about what should be getting or what should be this salary or this.
With what we've been through and how easily we saw it is to abuse the system, I think it's important that the residents pay attention and continue to pay attention and continue to hold people accountable.
Despite it all, the spending, a questionable cancer charity, an ongoing FBI investigation, and even a brawl at a board meeting, Henyard still has her supporters.
I think she's doing what men have been doing for years as far as her security and all those things. She needs that.
There you go. There you go. This is who kept her in office. This is who kept her in office. Your town is going in the gutter. You're in debt. That affects everything. You know what it affects? It affects the safety. It affects the school system. It affects everything. This is how slums are created. And the first thing instead of keeping it on her, the first thing you do is say, well, men have been doing it. This has nothing to do with men. This has something to do with her. So, if Akeisha is caught by sending multiple people to the upper room, instead of holding her accountable for sending those people to the upper room, you're going to you're going to point out countless other men who sent people to the upper room instead of holding her accountable, instead of saying, hey, you sent those people to the upper room. You deserve to go to jail. You deserve to be under the jail, whatever they give you, life. They give you the chair, whatever it is. No, don't do anything to her because men did it before.
You big dummy.
This is, like I said, this is who kept her in office.
Give back to the community,
Gave back to the community with your money.
You big dummy.
I stick you up for your bread, and then I buy you a cheeseburger with it. Short bus, man. Short bus. Short
What more
bus.
can people ask for?
And Tiffany Henyard vows the show will go on.
You told us on Election Day we haven't heard the last of you. What's next for you?
It's a lot next for me. Stay tuned.
The FBI is still tuned in. Sources say agents have visited several of Henyard's allies at home in recent weeks, looking for information and cooperation. As for the six-figure township supervisor's salary, it was 6 times higher than the leaders of Illinois' other largest townships, but it will be reduced to just over $50,000 per year.
What more can people ask for?
And Tiffany Henyard vows the show will go on.
You told us on Election Day we haven't heard the last of you.
Let me say something, right? You know what should be next for her? Prison. Prison should be next for her. Federal prison should be next for her. That's what should be next. She should be locked up. This is a criminal right here. This is a criminal. She left them in debt. And instead of trying to fix it, she don't care about it. It's their problem now. She didn't want to stay in power to help that community. She wanted to stay in the power so she can continue using the funds. And if it was up to her staunch supporters, she would have still been in there accumulating more and more debt. This is insane. This is insane. She's been there's polls saying she's been voted as the worst mayor ever. Now, I'm not saying that politicians don't rob. Of course. We know that. We know that. It's like going to a mechanic. You go get your car fixed. If you don't know much about cars, a lot of people don't. That's why you should learn about your car. At least learn about your car, but learn about cars. Because, most people go to a mechanic to get their car fixed. They know they're going to get robbed. But they're cool with getting robbed as long as it won't put them in debt. As long as it don't put them in debt. They're going to get something fixed on the car. They got $500 for it. They tell them, no, it's not going to be $500. It's going to be around $750. Now, you're getting robbed, but that's not going to put you in debt. You're like, you know what? Okay, I know I'm getting robbed, but I'll deal with this. I need this car fixed. Not going to the mechanic for a problem that usually is around $500, and you go there and they tell you, oh, this is going to cost you $20,000. That's her opposed to other politicians. Other politicians, you're going to get robbed. You're going to get robbed. And you're not going to like it. Her, you're in debt 4 or 5 times over dealing with it. So to equate her to other politicians, you're still not doing her any justice, because any politician you point to, any other mayor, she still comes out as the worst. No matter how you put it. She still comes out as the worst. Did you see all this spending? Did you see the spending? When she got there, the town was up. Now the town is down in millions. And she did that. And you want to bring up other politicians where if you go to them, you deal with them, yeah, you're going to get robbed, but you're not in debt, but you deal with her, you get robbed, and you waking up with rabbit ears? You got rabbit ears for pockets now. You're done. No. No. This shouldn't be the end of her story. The end of her story should be prison. Prison time. That should be the end of the story right there. Anyway, salute, peace, stay in the shadows.
You big dummy.